So 2018 was a big year for me, like a really big year. So I thought it would be fun to do a little YouTube Rewind / 2018 review video before we start off this next year's worth of videos. Just a quick disclaimer though, I really wouldn't watch this video unless if you're a true fan of the channel. We'll get back to our normal scheduled videos later next week, but for now, let's get into it. Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf. Today I'm going to be taking you guys through a little YouTube rewind to recap this last year of Zach's Tech Turf. And if you're new here and you want to see more PC building videos not like this one, then hit that subscribe button down below and also that notification bell. That way you never miss an episode. But yeah, let's kick this video off with a little January recap. So at the beginning of January, believe it or not, I was actually sitting at just over 7,000 subscribers, and I started off the year wrapping up a military deployment out in the Middle East. I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but I was actually still making videos out there on that little ironing board that I converted into a PC setup. It was a lot of fun, especially for being out there. But that was by far the hardest I've ever worked on the channel because I actually made 18 videos in advance before I left for that 4-month deployment. That way I could still release at least one video to you guys. I've never worked that hard probably in my entire life. This military deployment wasn't nearly as tough as the one in Afghanistan though, so I was very thankful that I could keep the channel going by uploading some videos while I was out there. Once I got back from the deployment, I came home to a massive amount of boxes which contained my new computer, which I made a video about that not enough of you have seen yet. This one was easily one of my best builds that I've ever done, and I've improved it throughout the year as well. I also released the new ZTT logo that I was working on during the entire deployment with the designer. Another thing that happened in January, it was a pretty big month by the way, is that I started the ZTT Discord, and I'm so happy that I did that. Our little Discord community is almost at 400 members, and we have a lot of fun over there, so make sure you join us if you haven't already. Alright, so moving on to February, not every month is going to be this long by the way. Here's when I announced my new website, zachstechturf.com, to basically do nothing but sell my new merchandise. I actually got a lot of hate for starting a merchandise website when I didn't even have 10,000 subscribers, but what a lot of you guys didn't realize is I wasn't making that merch to make any money. I simply did it as a way for you guys to support the channel because I didn't want to open up donations or Patreon or anything like that. So I thought this was the best way because at least you guys got a product back in return. Also in February, the company WASD Keyboards was cool enough to send me an official one-of-one Zach's Tech Turf keyboard, which I'm actually still using every single day. Moving on to March of 2019, this was the month that I released my already best performing video on the entire channel. This was my GTX 750 Ti in 2018 video, which is almost at 400,000 views at the time of writing this script. The YouTube algorithm definitely helped me on this video. This video was sitting at just a couple thousand views for a couple months, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, hundreds of thousands of people started watching it. It's pretty crazy how the YouTube algorithm works. I'm still trying to crack it, but hopefully I can get some more viral videos in 2019. Next up we have April, and this is when YouTube was kind enough to send me a 10,000 subscribers play button award. I'm not gonna lie, despite this cringy joke that I kept going on for like 2 videos I think, I was pretty happy that we hit the 5-digit subscriber mark, and I did a pretty big Steam gift card giveaway to show my appreciation. Nothing too big happened in May, so we're now at June, and this was one of the biggest months of the year. In June I collaborated with 6 other tech YouTubers, JD Tech Gear, Toasty Bros, Oz Talks Hardware, Nerd on a Budget, Tech by Matt, and Scattervault, and we created an awesome Tech Avengers competition. If you haven't seen this yet, all of us did a competition to see who could build the best Avengers themed build mod for $150, and this was by far the most creative thing I've ever done. I got the Thor build, and this thing probably took me 20 to 30 hours, but it was totally worth the effort. The best part about this collaboration though was that Timmy Joe had the troll of the year, and he somehow uploaded his version of Tech Avengers at the exact same time that we all did, but his build was for Thanos, and he killed us all. I'll never forget just how shocked we were when we saw this, and it was absolutely hilarious. With that aside though, I just want to emphasize how grateful I am for that collaboration opportunity. Before we started working on that project, I was just a fan of those YouTubers. I watched every single one of their videos like a true subscriber would, and then within a split second I found myself on a video call with all of them working on a project together. It was a crazy feeling that I still get chills thinking about how big that was for Zach's Tech Turf. And I'm so grateful that this all happened because now I would consider myself online friends with them, and I still talk to every single one of those guys at least on a weekly basis, and we're the tech fam now. Also in June, I launched my latest video series, PC Gaming Playback, and although this video series isn't performing as well as I thought it would, I'm determined to stick with it and keep improving it. I also got a hold of my first Dell Optiplex and started those series of videos. I made a ton of videos featuring that Optiplex, and my channel has seen a lot of growth based on that single $100 PC that I bought. Next up we have July, and this is when I moved into my new studio. I took over a week off of making videos because me and my wife had to move from one house to another, which is very time consuming. This house is honestly massive and it's pretty crazy, but most importantly, the studio down here, it just opened up so many opportunities for Zach's Tech Turf, and I love it down here. Getting into August is when I got back to making videos regularly, and here's when I uploaded my actual studio tour video. I've never made a video like this. It was a 20-minute vlog style video where I just showed you all around the studio, and this was by far my most requested video that I've ever made. Honestly, I should probably update that video here in 2019 because even just after 4 to 5 months, a lot has changed around here. Also in August, I started my relationship with Deepcool, and they've been huge supporters of the channel, so I'm very grateful for that. Moving on to September, this was probably the biggest month of my entire life. This was when I officially left the military after an 8-year career and started my adventure out in the civilian workforce. I uploaded a Q&A video all about this if you're interested in that. It's been a huge change for me and my life in 2 ways. First, I never have to deploy again away from my family or my studio, which just feels amazing. And 2, I have a really long commute these days. I waste like 2 hours a day that I could be making videos, but I am reading audiobooks this year, and in 2018, I actually read or listened to 15 books, which I'm pretty proud of. Also in September, I made the most hated video in the history of ZTT, and that's the what to do with your now outdated GTX 1080 Ti video. Now I'll admit it, this video was a complete troll because I upgraded to the 2080 Ti, but my god, so many of you thought I was serious and ended up hating the video. From here on out, please note that I'll never be serious when I say a GTX 1080 Ti makes a good coaster for your beer or a great item to play GPU Jenga with. Getting towards the last quarter of 2018, we have October, and this is when my RTX 2080 Ti was actually finally delivered. Not only was I pumped to have the best consumer graphics card on the planet, but I was pretty stoked that this very expensive GPU was paid purely with ZTT money. I'm starting to be able to afford big purchases like this with my YouTube money, so big thanks to all of you for making that happen. Also in this month, we tried out the new YouTube Premiere function with the AMD Athlon benchmarking video. I honestly think the Premiere feature is pretty cool. It's a really fun way to interact with you guys and we all watch the video go live together, but apparently the YouTube algorithm is all messed up right now and it really hurts your views if you premiere the video, so that's why I've been holding off on it. And finally, the last major event in October was apparently I was cool enough to join hashtag Team Pixel. For some reason, Google thought I was a worthy creator to represent their phone launch, the Pixel 3 XL, and they sent me this phone just to take a few pictures and use the hashtag Team Pixel. This may not seem like a big deal to some of you, and it's really not a huge deal, but the fact that a company like Google, or at least their marketing team, knows who I am and sent me a $1,000 phone just to take some picture with, that's pretty crazy if you ask me. Moving on to November, aka just 1 month ago, I started my relationship with the Shadow Cloud gaming service, and these guys have also been really good to the channel. I did a full review on their streaming service and I ended up really liking it. I still use it every now and then, and they were cool enough to hook you guys up with some giveaways last month, so they're definitely taking care of the ZTT family. Speaking of giveaways though, that brings us to just last month, December, and it was a crazy month of giving back to you guys. I launched my December month of giveaways where for every single video in December, 11 to be exact, I did a giveaway for you guys. We gave away game codes and Windows 10 codes, but most importantly, some companies like Deepcool, Shadow, and Rosewell were cool enough to send products to you guys for the giveaway, so I'm very happy that they could hook you guys up. Also in December, I did yet another collaboration with the Tech Fam Secret Santa, and I highly recommend you go check out Christopher Yee's channel to watch this video. Basically, 10 of us PC hardware YouTubers did a Secret Santa exchange, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. That HD 7850 that Tech by Matt sent me will definitely be making it to a future video here very soon. So yeah, those were the important milestones that happened throughout the last year. Also in 2018, I can't forget about just how many gaming PC builds that I've done. Here's some shots that I took throughout the year of the PC builds that I created, and I'm glad I took these photos because honestly, I already forgot about half of them. For those of you that don't know, 90% of my builds that I make for this channel get disassembled literally the day after the video goes live so that I can use the parts in the next video, so it's really fun to reflect on some of my creations that happened over the last year. As As far as subscribers count go, I'm proud to announce that I gained roughly 28,000 subscribers in 2018 alone, which is pretty crazy to be honest. I started my YouTube channel back in 2015, and it took me from 2015 to the start of 2018 to gain just 7,000 total subscribers, and then within the last year, I quadrupled that number alone. Huge thank you to all of you that just joined us. I also want to quickly thank some of the sponsors that helped me throughout this past year. Some notable ones that I quickly want to thank personally are NVIDIA. I've made like 5 or 6 paid videos for them now, which absolutely means the world to me. Arctic, Deepcool, and Rosewell are also huge supporters of the channel, and I'm very glad that they're in my corner. I can email my rep to each one of those companies and they'll overnight a part to me if I really need it, so huge thank you to them. I also want to thank BenQ, FlexiSpot, Philips Hue, SCD Key, Shadow, and Dev Mountain for supporting the channel this year too. It's been really fun reviewing their products and making ads for them. And finally, the last group of people that I want to thank are 100% you guys. If you're still watching this lengthy, probably boring video, then that automatically makes you a true supporter of this channel. So I really just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. A lot of you guys know just how much work and effort I put into this. I really want to take this lifestyle and this channel to the next level. I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day to start cranking away on videos. Watch my Instagram stories if you're not already. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for being with me on this journey. And finally, what kind of 2018 review video would this be if I didn't set some goals for 2019? I don't like to get too caught up on setting goals, especially for YouTube numbers, because I really don't have control over that. But I am gonna set 2 goals that I wanna make public. First, I wanna hit 70,000 subscribers by the end of next year. Now, I'm just now sitting at 35,000 subscribers, so that's a very aggressive goal. I'm saying that I wanna double my exact amount of subscribers till next year. So we shall see. I can't control who all subscribes to my channel, but I can only keep cranking out the best content that I possibly can make. Hopefully next year when we do the YouTube Rewind for 2019, we hit the goal, hopefully. And the second goal is that I want to start live streaming. I have no idea how I want to do it. Maybe I'll just do behind the scenes on Instagram, or maybe I'll set up a full live streaming show, but I have literally never live streamed in the history of Zach's Tech Turf, so that's a big goal for me going into 2019. Well, there you have it. That wraps up my 2018 YouTube Rewind video, and a huge thank you again for everyone that's still watching this video. Now, feel free to head on over to one of these 2 videos if you haven't seen them yet, and definitely hit that subscribe button because next week, we're back to our normally scheduled videos. You don't want to miss those videos.